Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by The Last. Delighted to have bumped into Alycia Baumgardner, the new WBC and IBO Super Featherweight Champion. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very good. I have to confess, I didn't know it was you at first. You look different from Fight Night. Was that like the beast, Alycia Baumgardner, and this is the chill one?
Yes, that's AB the fighter, and this is Alycia, the group. Like, what do you say? The non-fighter? I don't know. I'm always a fighter, but yeah, this is Alycia. That's AB.
The one who's not going to punch everyone in the face.
Right.
As a world champion and a new world champion, obviously, you would have had loads of messages and you would have seen the reaction, and, you know, people on our side of the pond were talking about you, and, you know, you were the talk of the town. Must have been a fantastic few days.
Yes, it's been a fantastic few days. Just so overwhelmed with just the good love and the congratulations. It's a great feeling. Not only did I get to experience that moment, but my family got to experience it. Everyone who just believed in me and followed my journey was able to experience that win. So it's been awesome.
I do have to recap the fight. We'll talk about the stoppage in a second. Obviously, Terri Harper, well known in the UK, been in a lot of fights broadcasted on Sky and DAZN. From our perspective, I think a lot of people sense that she felt like she was in a real fight for the first time in a while. Did you sense any sort of fear or uncertainty around Terri?
I would say so. I think that they knew that they chose a great challenge for Terri to come for her comeback fight, and that, you know, I'm at serious business, and that I was there to take her belts and to become the champion. And I sensed that night that, you know, Terri was just a little fragile, and it kind of showed in the fight. And I think she knew, dang, I'm really in a fight with someone who's coming forward.
In terms of the first 3 rounds before the stoppage, you dominated and won those rounds. Did they play out exactly how you had planned them to play out?
Yeah, I agree. I think they planned out perfectly. You know, we went in there, to be relaxed, use the jab, work off the jab, you know, start looking for our openings, using our feints and stuff. And again, in the 4th round, it showed that being patient got the knockout.
And one of the strangest knockouts of the year as well. It's kind of like she glitched and froze on her feet. Well done to the referee as well, by the way, because he stopped her clearly from getting very hurt. But just quite a strange knockout, really.
Yeah, it was something. I think everyone has been shocked to see that type of knockout. No one's, a lot of people was like, I never seen anything like that, and it was a crazy knockout. But, you know, I think the ref for stepping in right away to not let the other punch really land even harder, because it could have been really dangerous. So, you know, give credit to the ref for that.
And for a while, it's been talk about Terri Harper and Mikaela and whether one of them can sort of pick off, not in a disrespectful way. It's always been like, can Terri pick off choice, so we can have the unification perhaps in the UK or the US. But have you noticed sort of after that performance that your name has now just sort of skyrocketed, and it's essentially about you and Mikaela now?
Right, yeah. You know, I think the week before when they had Hamadouche fight Mayer, you know, the following week Harper was fighting me, and that wasn't really talked about. You know, yeah, Harper's in a tough fight, but she's in there with Alycia Baumgardner, someone who is hungry and has a chance to be a world champion. And so, you know, I said a long time ago I was going to be like the monkey wrench thrown into the division and change everybody's whole perception or how they thought the 130 division was going to be, you know.
Yeah, well, we've now potentially got on our hands. Like I said, I don't want to sort of throw disrespect to Choi, but I suppose because you're American, Mikaela's American, she's very vocal as well. It could be a tasty build-up. Can you see why that's a fight now that everyone's like, yeah, I really want to see that?
Yeah, I agree. I think they've seen who the top dog is at 130. They've seen who Alycia Baumgardner is, and that she has all the tools in the toolbox to really be dominate in this sport, dominate in the sport. And so I think a lot of people want to see that fight. So I'm not opposed to the UK adopting me as their own, and, you know, saying, hey, we want to see that fight against Mayer.
I think you might be adopted as our own, because I think Mikaela's had some stuff to say about the UK before, so I think you might be the UK representative in this. Just in terms of her last performance against Hamadouche, obviously so it was only just before your fight with Terri, but what did you make of her performance?
With the Hamadouche and the Mayer fight? You know, again, I thought that was a great fight for women's boxing. As I mentioned before, I thought it was just pitter pats and just 2 girls fighting in a ring. Not too much skill involved. But again, it was great. It was decent. I think, again, Mayer proved herself that she could be a little sturdy in the inside. But again, she's just okay in the sense of where she at is in the 130 division.
And did you look at that fight and think, if I'm to come through Terri Harper, which obviously you now have, did you look at that and think, I can stop Mikaela Mayer?
Absolutely. I've known this for a long time on who I am and what skills I possess in the sport, even at 130. And so again, Harper's never been in the ring with somebody like me, and neither has Mayer. And so I think that will really show, again, who the top dog is in at 130.
And going forward, will you be working with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, we do have 2 fights scheduled with Matchroom. So, we will be in discussion on what's next for my next fight. Hopefully it is Choi. If not, put whoever in front of me so we can get myself back in there.
We look forward to seeing where you go from here. And like I said, if it all builds towards you and Mikaela next year, then it's obviously very exciting. Quickly on this card, Friday night, a show from the arena just across the road. You're very close with Kaylee Reese, and she is a real character, got real star potential. I've enjoyed being around her this week. She was telling me that she turned pro in 2008, so I can imagine she has probably passed on a lot of knowledge just about the pro game to yourself, because she's had ups and downs, and she must be like a really useful person to have around.
Yeah, Kaylee's great. We've been able to work together. She's been able to come to Detroit for sparring. And again, just her being in the sport and her just seeing the growth, I'm happy that she's able to be a part of the sport and where it's at right now currently. And so tomorrow she fights, and I think she's going to do an amazing job and really just showcase her skill level and why she belongs in the ring.
You said you've done some sparring. How good is she?
She's great. She'll tell you we had some great sparring.
Wars, like full wars, yeah?
Yeah. She hits hard, I hit hard, and, we never back down from each other. So I love that. That's the type of work that I need. And she definitely helped me with that.
Well, if she is to come through Friday, she will fight, pardon me, one of the UK's own in Chantel Cameron, a massive fight for women's boxing and for all the marbles. I know you're going to back Kaylee in that fight, of course, but how does that fight play out?
Yeah, I definitely see Kaylee being victorious in that fight. I think, again, her skill level is more superior than Chantel's. I think Chantel is a great fighter, but again, there's levels to this sport. There's levels to in the pro game, and I think that Kaylee will bring that out to really showcase how she's going to win and win effectively.
Okay, Alycia, thank you very much for giving me some of your time. Congratulations once again on becoming the new champion at Super Feather, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you.